How do you disrupt an opponent's rhythm in ping pong? Imagine playing a game where your opponent seems to be in perfect sync with every shot. Now picture suddenly throwing in a twist that throws off their flow completely. That's what disrupting rhythm is all about. When you manage to do this, you take control of the game. It's like throwing a wrench into their smooth machine. The key is to keep them guessing and make them uncomfortable with their usual shots. One of the best ways to do this is by changing the pace of your shots. If you've been rallying fast, suddenly slow down with a gentle push or a chop. This can frustrate an opponent who relies on quick exchanges. Conversely, if they're used to slow, controlled shots, suddenly speeding up with a quick attack can catch them off guard. The goal is to keep the tempo unpredictable. Mixing spin types is another powerful tactic. Use topspin, backspin, or sidespin in random order. For example, hit a heavy backspin chop then follow with a fast topspin attack. This confuses their timing and makes it harder for them to judge how the ball will behave. When they can't read the spin, their shots become less accurate. Changing where you place the ball also disrupts rhythm. Target their weaker side or move the ball to different parts of the table. For instance, if their backhand is weaker, send more shots there. Moving the ball laterally or deep into the corners forces them to move more, breaking their natural shot pattern. It also makes it harder for them to settle into a comfortable rhythm. Using unusual shots can throw off their flow even more. Incorporate short pushes, chop blocks, or slow returns that change the speed and length unexpectedly. These shots interrupt typical rally patterns and keep your opponent on the back foot. When they're constantly adjusting to new styles, it's tough for them to find their groove. Pay attention to your opponent's reactions early on. If you notice they struggle with certain spins or movement, exploit those weaknesses. For example, if they have trouble with backhand returns, aim more shots their while varying your spin and pace. This puts mental pressure on them and makes it harder to maintain their rhythm. Tactical variation in your serves and returns is also vital. Mix up your spins, speeds, and placement on every serve. When returning, do the same, change the spin and target different areas. This prevents them from predicting your next move and forces them to constantly adapt. Putting all these tactics together takes practice and awareness. If they start to settle into a pattern, switch things up immediately. For example, if they're rallying fast, slow the game with a short push or a chop. If they're comfortable with a certain spin, surprise them with something different. The main idea is to keep the game unpredictable. Mastering rhythm disruption is about watching how your opponent responds and adjusting your play accordingly. It's a smart way to control the flow of the match and keep them off balance. When you do this well, you turn the game into your own chessboard, making it hard for them to find their rhythm and easier for you to take control.